Y'all went on a date too?
No. This is to discuss business
Are
opportunities.
you jealous? I ain't. Reman never take me on a date. Hey, welcome to the first episode of the podcast. It's our pilot episode. Really excited about it. Obviously we don't have a name just yet, but we working on that. We're working on that. But I'm Reg.
Homley.
I'm Wadley.
I'm Kareem.
And like I said, man, this is the first episode. It's so exciting when like something actually makes it out the group chat.
Feel me?
Like I know, I don't know about y'all, but you'll be planning trips, businesses, ideas in the group chat, and that shit never happens. So I'm just really excited about getting this going, man. I feel like since it's the first episode, I feel like it'd be really good if we kind of tell the folks about ourselves a little bit. So I'll start. My name is Reggie, obviously. So professionally, I'm a scientist. I work in life sciences, so I work with pharmaceutical products, cosmetic products, dietary supplement products, food packaging, all types of stuff like that. My wife, Wadley's wife, and my brother-in-law started our business a couple years ago. So we started a skincare business, and then obviously I'm married to my beautiful wife Sophie. Other than that, I mean, that's just kind of like the basics of who I am. But we'll get into, I think, stories that kind of help tell more about who we are. But I don't know. I'll go to my left. Reem.
Okay, cool. Hey, Kareem, photographer, father, husband. We have been wedding photographers for about 8 years now, my wife and I. And we both worked in corporate before we decided to quit our jobs midway through planning our own wedding, actually. And talk about elite. But you know, we never looked back, and we just been doing it ever since. We also started our associate team, which is called Dream Team Weddings. That's where we just really pull in a bunch of different talented photographers, videographers, and give them, you know, their chance to shine too and capture weddings. We're also into real estate. We have a cleaning service, and we've just been kind of doing it together ever since. We have a beautiful son, Isaac. He's 15 months now.
Hey.
Just recently celebrated his birthday a few months ago in Italy, so that's huge. Amazing.
Nice.
My wife Sandy, we've been married. We just hit our 5 years last year as well in October.
Well, big ups to y'all.
And that's been amazing, man. We've been together for almost 9-10 years now. I can't even count at this point.
That boy losing fingers.
Right. I'm like, you know what? Can't even count anymore. But we just been doing it, and we're just proud of where we're at, man. And I'm just happy to be here and doing this with y'all. Like you said, it being in a group chat and it coming to life is two different things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
That's what's up. What's up.
Dope. Homley, husband, videographer. Don't have no kids yet, but we're working on that.
Proudly working on that.
You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife own a videography business. We've been in the business for about 6 years now. 6 years now. And we've been together for 10 years together, married for 4. By the way, Brittany might want to do something for 5 years, but we'll see about that.
Let me know.
We were also, like Reem mentioned, we were working in corporate America as well. And I found the passion for video, and one thing led to another and started a videography business. We enjoy what we do. We love what we do. And I wouldn't change it for the world. Big sports fan, NBA all day. I don't care about football, so
Same.
I don't know about y'all football fans.
The group is obviously split.
Yeah.
So these two dudes only like basketball, whereas me and Wad are more cultured and diverse in our sports.
Honestly, bro, football bores me. I'm sorry.
It's not that it's
sorry.
boring, but I just enjoy the NBA more. Anyways,
It's the best sport, bro.
I definitely think
the best
football
sport.
is more entertaining. But
Football-
with that being
football's more
said,
entertaining.
my name is Wadley. I'm a husband, a father, a mentee, because I don't got no men. I'm no one's mentor. But what I do? I do a lot of things, man. I'm a
You funny.
You're funny.
I'm funny. You feel me? And
Part-time
my
comedy.
wife the other day finally admitted it. After 3 years of being married, she's like, I guess you are funny. And I was like, yeah, okay, thank you.
A win is a win.
So my wife, her name is Faith. She's beautiful. She's loving. She makes my world go round. I have a daughter named Kara. She's truly us. And like my wife, you put my wife and I in a cup, and you pour it out, and that's Karis. She's amazing. I'm a business owner. My wife and I own a couple businesses. We have a photo booth company that we are like I think 4 years, 4 years in, and then we have we're both employed. So I'm employed. I sell cruises. I'm in sales. So if you ever need a cruise, looking to go on a region, please
There we
hit
go.
my line. You
Plug.
feel me?
Plug.
I gotta plug myself in.
Shameless.
Listen, man, with no shame. But yeah, man, I'm just and I'm a part of this thing we call AVUE here. And I remember who mentioned that we should get a podcast. I feel like
That's a good
That's a great
So
question.
this is how I remember it playing out.
I wonder if I did.
Somebody, no, you definitely, yeah, it was him. It was him.
Yeah.
He was the one who pushed one of the dudes.
Oh,
I
he
think so.
texted us angry.
I think I came for y'all too. It was
He
like
was angry. He said, "Hey, niggas, what we doing? We should start a podcast or something." I'm
some.
like,
I just felt like if you have a group of friends that you really connect with, it shouldn't just be on a friendship level. It should be like, how can we do something together?
Yeah,
Like,
that
how
sounds
can
dope.
we create a brand together
Right.
or something like that? So I was like, hey, niggas, let's do something. Like, something. And I don't even remember what I said, bro, but it was like,
But
all y'all jumped on it.
you,
And it was like,
you pause.
that was actually
Right out the gate. Right out the gate.
right.
And
Pilot.
I also want to say something. In this group, I think Reem has the most pause moments.
no, you
Okay,
do.
first of all,
you
he
do.
had-
You know, how I know you do, because Reg said we came up with a contest. Reg was like, "Yo, whoever has the most pause moments got to do something." And Reem got offended. He was like, "Well, we got to do something."
First of all, nobody in this group talks like that. Well, we got to do something. Well, we got it. Nobody does that. Second of all, I think I have the most telling someone pause moment.
No. It's actually unfactual.
Hilarious.
You just literally just said
mean,
everybody jumped on it.
Reggie had about 8 pause moments this morning.
And that was purposeful. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's a long story. Anyways,
Yeah.
I remember because you dropped in the chat, you said, we got to do a podcast, something like that. And Homie immediately was like, I think you went boom, boom, boom. Because folks, like one thing I'll say about this group is that these dudes, outside of myself, are very humble. Let me stop. We're all pretty humble. Reem, Hams, Wally, if you don't know their brands or what they do professionally, like these guys are top of their game. And so Homley has worked in production for different podcasts. And so he's the one, I mean, obviously that produces this podcast, but he's the one, he's like, oh, we can do this, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
So I just remember the synergy happening in that moment. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think one thing we talked about was like the diversity in our group as far as personalities and talents and abilities really does lean towards building something that thinks really, really good.
Yep.
We got the funny
Yep.
nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We got the production.
Yep.
This man is wise beyond his years, and I just like to talk. So shit, I think it works out. I think it works out.
It's a good mix.
But
It's
you,
something
yeah, go ahead.
that like when you mentioned it, like Homley was so like he was so energetic about it. He was like, bro, like this all we gotta do, boom, boom. I'll cut it up, I'll bring the cameras, and I was like, bro, we have someone who's gonna do
Everything.
everything.
amazing.
It's crazy not to jump to go ahead and do it.
I think him having a background in it already and seeing what it's like, that probably, correct me if I'm wrong, it might have like excited him more. So, but my main thing was that like when I brought it up, like there was no hesitation. It was just like, yeah, bro, like for sure. That for me, like when people take that type of initiative, it's like, oh yeah, let's do this.
Because you have
Yeah.
a background in I don't know if you want to drop the name of who you.
Nah, I don't really care about names. But yes,
Man, I'm sorry. Let me cut him off, bro. I'm not gonna say the name, but I'm trying to express these guys work with the
Top of
highest,
the top.
the highest level, like the highest level of professionals and folks in the game. And so he's like, oh, I'm not. It's always I care about names, so why can't I? It's always a
I mean,
that
you
don't
can.
care. Let me stop. No, let me stop. Yeah,
Right,
go ahead.
right,
I'm sorry to cut you off.
I don't even know how to define my role at what I was doing. So I had the opportunity of working with Brandon Marshall, and I got hired to be like his social media kind of like content creator kind of situation, and it led more to that. Just started getting so much more roles, and then I got an opportunity to be a part of I Am Athlete podcast, which grew tremendously. In my time there, I just learned so much, so many different things, and I saw that it grew my passion for video even more. So yeah, man, when we started talking about the podcast, man, I was like, man, like I have background in this. Like we can for sure do this. And obviously this is our first one, right?
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a bunch of growth. You guys are gonna see some different things change, and we're gonna grow. We're gonna, like seeing where I Am Athlete was and to where it is today. It's crazy. So
It's not
once
here
we started
today,
talking about it, man, I was ready.
Is it still here? Is it...
Hey,
Hey, man, that's another story for another day.
Whoa.
Just cut that out.
Edit
Blooper.
But yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm ready to get going. Let's
No,
do
that's
this.
that's what's up, man. No, and like I said, it's just so exciting to see that we're actually sitting here getting together and doing it. So Wadley had mentioned the name of View. So you're gonna hear View mentioned a couple of times. It's the name of our group chat. And so I don't know how we. So what it is, it's our last names. So Apollon, so Homley Apollon. We got Kareem Virgo, Reggie Ulysses, and then Wadley Estelle. And so we put those together, AVUE. I don't know why we chose that instead of like other ones. I think maybe it was just the best sounding one or whatever the case is. But
I don't know, bro.
A View sounds nice.
it just comes off nice.
Yeah.
It sounds nice.
You'd have to scroll up and check the origins.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's too far.
Yeah,
that's too far to scroll.
Too far.
But I guess let's tell the folks kind of like how did AVUE come together? Like, because at the end of the day, like we're all married folks, we're all young, we're all ambitious. All of us are entrepreneurs in our own ways. But how did we gel? How did this happen, guys? How did this happen?
All right.
Go ahead, Reem. You got to kick off the story.
I gotta kick it off. I'll just kick it off, and they can run with it.
And I have a conspiracy theory that I'm going to share later. But you go ahead. You go ahead.
I had a birthday dinner a few years ago at Beach House. Shout out to Beach House. The wings are crazy.
Shrimp and grits.
And we invite all of our friends, all that good stuff. If I'm not mistaken, Hams was going to be a little late, or you might not even make it at all. Right, you weren't even supposed to be there, and I just remember everybody was just kind of mingling, drinking, taking shots, and I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm like, these dudes, like, they best friends already. What's happening? Y'all never met. Y'all never met yet, right?
Yeah.
And I was just watching y'all bond and all that good stuff. I was like, okay, well, cool. This is dope. They connected, and I'll let y'all handle.
That's funny. That day,
Cause that whole time I was around.
Yeah,
I was
hosting.
I was hosting, trying to entertain everybody. We've already been drinking and stuff. I was just like out of it. So I was noticing y'all bonding.
That day I almost didn't make it. Brittany, it was a long day for me. And going back to what we were talking about earlier, it was a long shooting day for me. I was shooting with Brandon that day. I can't remember exactly what I was shooting, but I know I was shooting since maybe 6, 5 a.m. And by the time it was time to go to dinner, I just texted Brittany. I'm like, babe, I don't feel like going. I'm just tired. I'm real beat. And she was like, nah, babe, I need you to come. Reem's your friend. By then we already knew each other for a few years.
Yep.
I haven't met Reggie before, and then I've met Wadley on one other instance.
It was a wedding.
It was a wedding,
Was
but
it?
but I never we didn't hang out or anything. So Brittany texted me. She's like, babe, just come and just show face. That's all I need you to do. So I got kind of mad, but I was like, you know what? I'll come through.
You know, it's funny you say that because this man walked in, he was like pissed.
Yeah,
bro.
Because he wasn't dressed. He had like a hoodie on.
And slides. You had slides on, right?
No, I actually had
this dude
sneakers.
really
Yes,
pulled up.
Yeah, but I was just tired, bro. I had my hoodie on. I was
walked
really,
in
I
mad.
was
He
really
just walked in mad.
Bro,
I'm like, you straight?
You ever see the tunnel when the NBA players are walking in, when the music's playing, da da, and they got a duffel bag, they just kind of locked in. He was walking into a dinner that. I was like, bro, this.
Everybody laughing, smiling.
I was scared. I was like, I don't know what he got. His hoodie was on.
Yeah, bro. I was just literally beat, man. When I walked in, I was just like, I'm gonna just make this quick. And not that I didn't want to enjoy the company. I was just tired, bro. I was just tired. So I walked in. I'm like, and when I parked the car, I said, I'm gonna be here for 10 minutes and I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't know Reggie was inside.
Right. Little did he know.
So I walked
There was a
inside.
Reggie.
I greet Brittany, and by the time I got there, I believe everything's wrapping up.
It was wrapping up.
Yep.
The restaurant is closed, so I can't order no food.
We were
I'm
the last
hungry as
group
well.
there.
Drinks were pretty much gone, and I think I saw Brittany. I greeted Brittany, and the rest of the night, believe it or not, was a blur. The only thing I remember, and I think you're about to mention, but go ahead, take it off.
I just remember y'all and my speech.
So we're gonna talk about your speech too. I remember Hams walked in. Like I said, it was what's that Eminem song? palms are sweaty.
Oh yeah.
So he just walking in just like whatever, and like I'm already, you know, we already had a few drinks. I'm not gonna lie, I was in there. I was getting drinks left and right.
On his tab.
On his. I
Don't
mean,
forget to mention. You know.
it was.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought he was rich. So Reem was like, you know, you introduce people. Oh, okay, nah. He was like, yeah, I'm a scientist. I was like, a black scientist? He had glasses on too, so I was like,
He definitely a scientist.
and then he told me, glasses on. And then you go to UF as well.
I do a master's with UF.
Oh man.
So he was like, yeah, I went to FAU, but I did my master's with UF. I was like, all right, he is a scientist. And then I just kept seeing him go to the bar, like grabbing shots. Dude, we had a spot that's on the beach. Shots, South Florida. I was like,
So the whole time,
this guy's rich.
the whole time, the ring was. I think they had already told us, yeah, it's gonna be in our tab. I said, it's gonna be in your tab. Brother,
He was like, oh,
brother. No, but I said I'm not a freeloader. Okay, I think
No. You definitely sold us.
But no, I was enjoying their tab.
I didn't get that memo. See, listen, I
I just
walked
walked
in.
in.
Right.
I
You
walked
ready to fuck
in.
somebody?
If I ever go somewhere, I always look at the menu. Whether you paying for it or I am, I'm gonna look at the menu. I know what I'm getting. I budget, and then if my wife there, I kind of go over. I know the budget's gonna go over because she just gonna get whatever. So they was like, "Are you drinking?" I was like, "I have 1, 2 maybe." Reggie was just,
Nigga, I had like 7, 8 that night. You know
and then they was just like round the shots. I was like, well, if someone's getting a round the shot, it ain't on me, but I'll take one.
Right.
So listen, so that night we was doing shots, we was doing tequila shots, and we was doing green tea shots, whiskey shots, and so we had brown and clear going around. So like Ham said, by the time he walked in, we was wrapping stuff up. So there was 2 shots because some people that was there didn't drink. You know, bless their hearts, whatever. They don't drink, and so there was some shots that was left over. My ass, I had my eye on them shots. So there was a brown and the clear. And for me, y'all know, a lot of people say like, you don't mix when you're drinking because that's how you know? So that's my understanding. You don't mix. So there's a brown and the clear. I'm eyeing the brown because I was drinking brown that night. This man walks in, like I said, Eminem's playing in the background. He just, He walks up, he greets his wife, and he walks over. He sees the 2 shots, looks left, looks right, grabs the clear, whoop, whoop, grabs the brown.
Yes.
Whoop,
Yes.
the shock.
You were
The
probably just like,
respect, the appreciation,
God.
the adoration that I had in that moment when I saw him take them shots. I was like, "Oh, this nigga's different." I did. You know them drunk dudes that is always doing this, linking you in. That's me. So y'all know I'm a touchy feely, especially when I get drunk. So I walk up, I'm like, "Yo!" I go, "Reem, where has this man been my whole life? This nigga's lit." And then so after that, it was just like, because for folks that don't know, Ham's energy is always on 10. That man is always. We was talking about before we started shooting today, like how you came and somebody.
we can hear it in the chat.
What?
When he talked. Remember I put that gif with Buddy yelling?
When this man talked, it just so his energy was, even though he came in like you know, like you said, you were tired, you were very beat. But the fact that when I saw you taking 2 shots, I was like, one, I was having fun. I was like, oh, this man knows how to have fun. But then like from there, your energy did pick up a little bit, and it was a vibe. And so
Here's what I should have known. Like once I get around people, I loosen up. Like I'll just, believe it or not, like when I'm working a lot and I'm doing a bunch, you know, on the day to day, I need those like hangouts because it like takes me away, you know, from the stresses of like working every day. So I knew subconsciously I knew when I got there I would be fine. It's just getting there was the hard part, just getting there. So when I saw them shots on the table, I was like, hey,
I had a long day.
nobody's for these. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the rest of the night, I really don't remember. I mean, I knew it was a good time. I met everybody. But it was a good night.
yeah, man. And so like Reem said, so that was at Reem's party, and so me and my wife met you and your wife through church.
Yep.
So I used to be a lot more involved in church. I was a church leader. I would lead discussions, things like that. And so me and a good friend of mine who does, and my wife will sometimes try to say that I was a pastor. I was not a pastor. Sophie,
You were a great leader, bro.
I appreciate that.
Just wanted to let you know that.
I appreciate that. You said was. That's crazy. I'm messing. So my wife, by the way, one of the reasons she got with me because she thought I was gonna be a pastor. So she wanted to be a first lady so bad. She wanted to wear them church hats. Okay, don't let her lie to you and say that's not the truth.
Greenleaf.
So, at the church, me and a good friend of mine who does my hair, she's done Homley's hair, she's done your wife hair. So she's done all the group's hair.
Yep.
So me and her will put on a fashion show. at the time, and so her and Sandy go way back,
Yeah, way back,
way
like
back,
middle school.
middle school type. And so I remember at that time you were up and coming, and you were killing on Instagram, and you had just proposed to Sandy. So Sandy comes in, and then Fab is like, "Oh, here's my friend Sandy. Sandy, this is Reggie, blah blah." She introduced us, and I was like, "Hey," I was like, "You're engaged to that famous Instagram photographer," and she starts laughing.
That's crazy.
I call him famous. Listen, out of respect, locally is just like I respect the drive and the come up. Now you're legitimately famous, but at the time you were local famous. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's a local rapper.
I had a couple mixtapes.
Hey, you know what Kevin Hart said in that one stand up? You would laugh at.
Yeah. He was allowed at the point.
He was allowed at the point.
But you made it. You made it. Thank God. Thank God.
Well, why now?
We were just to touch on that real quick. We were like, especially that year, we were grinding for like we were recruiting couples, bro. Like we were like, what couples can we shoot this year? Like, I want to do their wedding, and when we saw y'all, we were like, hey, we gonna do their wedding.
And it's crazy because at the time, so I was planning to propose to my now beautiful, lovely wife, Sophie. And so we were, like I said, during the fashion show, after I met her, I went back to Sophie and said, babe, that's Reem's fiance. And I was like, and on top of that, not just Reem's fiance, like Sandy's, if y'all don't know Sandy, Sandy is one of the funniest, she's one of the funniest, dopest people ever, bro.
Sandy is a comedian, bro.
That
like,
girl
is hilarious.
It's hilarious. So I met her, we instantly clicked, and I was like, from there, we'd be around each other and stuff like that. And after that, you guys were just around. And so I don't even remember how we really started hanging out, but I did go back to my wife and said, man, because I was respecting what she was doing with photography, because at that time, there was not a lot of photographers who were capturing Black love the way that you guys were. And so I did to my wife, I was like, man, or my fiance at the time, I was like, when we get married, I would love for Reem to shoot us. And so it's crazy that ended up happening, and on the back end, you guys are also looking and saying, man, you want to shoot us. So that's how I met Reem, and then obviously I met Wad and Hams through Reem. Wad, we went to FAU together. I remember the year you ran for court. I just remember that year because I think I seen you or something like that. But I wasn't really involved at FAU. I was a commuter student. But I really met you guys really for real through Reem. Yeah. And so, and like I said, that's kind of how I met Reem. But you shot, did you shoot all of our weddings or?
No, so Hamdi could tell you more, but that's how we met initially. Hamdi reached out to do their engagement shoot. Wadley, we met at FAU. Oh yeah, something. We Black community. It was like 29 people at FAU that were Black, so you can't miss them.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like honestly, I guess you and I never had a conversation.
I don't think so.
I just since you were Black and I'm Black, all right, cool.
Right.
And you joined a fraternity and
we in the Greek world.
It was just in the Greek world, and I was like, oh, I know who that is, and then that was that. So I don't know when we had our first.
I honestly can't recall.
You know, you know what it is. You know when this is for men, really. Like, you know when you see, especially Black men, if you see somebody twice and y'all say what's up, in your mind, y'all know each other.
Yeah, we locked in.
We met by fate.
Y'all ever seen the memes where it's just like, it'd be like two Black guys walking by and it's just like, they'll look at each other.
Right.
The next time it's like, yo, what's up? And the next time it's like, yo, you trying to play ball this weekend? And next time, y'all best friends. Easy.
Especially on campus, you used to heading out so many people you don't know.
That's exactly it. And I don't remember you at FAU, but
I wasn't around like that,
Yeah, I met Wadley at a wedding one time. I was shooting. He had a photo booth going at the time. And we briefly spoke. I think he knew of me, but we didn't like really know each other. Kind of chatted for a little bit, and that was pretty much it. Reem shot our engagement session. When Brittany and I was planning our wedding, I had one job and one job only, to pick the videographer and the photographer. Everything else Brittany had. And I, at the time I was, trying to, pick who I wanted, and no one really stuck out to me other than Reem. At the time, man, I just love his images, bro. The way he was just capturing love, bro. I was like, man, I got to get this guy to shoot our wedding and engagement session. So I reached out. He shot our engagement session. The session went great, and I don't know in what moment this happened, but either we were changing or we were walking inside into the venue to get started. And Brittany just starts like running her mouth, like,
Brittany was like, he's a videographer. He wants to quit his job. Talk to him. I was like, bet, I got you.
I got you.
And at the time, to me and Brittany, like, Reem had some status. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was really doing his thing.
I'm not LAB. He was a local.
Boy, I was dropping mixtapes left and right.
Selling them at the swap.
And yeah, man, Brittany just started talking to Reem, talking like, hey man, I really believe in him. He shot his first wedding, check this out. And she just started rambling, man. And I was actually like, at the end of the shoot, when she told me, I was tight. I was like,
Were you?
babe, like, I was upset, bro.
Oh wow.
I was upset. I'm like, babe, like, we only shot one wedding. Like, how about if he asks to see a whole portfolio? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got nothing to show. You know what I'm saying? So
But she believed in you,
she
man.
believed in me.
Yeah,
And-
that's
and,
hey.
and look where
That's
we
that
are
love,
today. You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, one thing led to another. You know, Reem and I connected probably the next few weeks later.
Yeah, I think we had like Bole or something.
Yeah, probably
Something like
Bolay,
that.
something like that. We
Y'all
linked
went on a
up.
date?
And even then,
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that, like that link up at Bole. Like, I remember we linked up.
yes, at
It was the
Raw Juice.
Raw Juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why this nigga taking me?
Y'all
to
went
Raw
on a
Juice?
date too?
No.
right.
It was actually to discuss.
wanna go on
business-
a, like-
yeah, it was like business opportunities.
jealous,
Like,
bro?
I ain't. Reem never take me on a date.
But yeah, man.
Yeah.
Ever since that shoot, man, we just been kicking it. His son is my godson,
Yep.
and yeah, man.
I just want to say this
I
about
don't
that
know,
story.
we never met.
Yeah,
until
we-
his
No, the first time we met was you doing
Yeah,
them
when I
two
took
shots,
2 shots.
and that's what I was like. Yeah, we locked in for life, bro.
Yeah.
But what I love about that story is that, like you said, at that point in your career, you were still, you had a job, like you said, you came from corporate America, and
Yeah.
you were working on the videography on the side. There's an up and coming superstar in that field, which was Reem at the time,
Yeah.
who you happened to get in contact with. And for you, you were like, you know what? I'm not fully ready to engage
Correct.
on that level.
Correct.
But your wife or
Yep.
your fiance at the time believed in you. And one thing I'll say, if you don't follow Brittany on Instagram or TikTok, follow her. One, she's hilarious, but two, she always talks so highly about you.
She is, man.
Whether it's in front of cameras or behind closed doors, like you see. And so the value in having a spouse or a partner that's really gonna put you up there.
Yep.
Because now, like you said, you like I said, these guys sometimes they just mention some stuff. I want to harp on it. You're the godson to his kid, right?
Yeah.
Beyond that, anytime I'm like, sometimes I'm like, hey man, y'all niggas free? Reem's like, oh no, I'm in Phoenix. Ham's like, oh no, I'm in Phoenix. Oh, they working together. Hey, the next week, y'all free?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm in the Bahamas. Oh, I'm in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
These guys work so much together,
Yeah.
and that all originated from your wife pushing you
Yeah.
and kind of hyping you up. And so now
yeah.
the friendship y'all have is so genuine as
Yeah,
well.
I'm telling you, as soon as I saw him, I knew. I was like, oh man, when I see something in somebody, I feel like I kind of feel it. Like I was like, man, he wants something.
Yeah.
There's something that he's really trying to achieve, but he just doesn't. He doesn't want to like express too much yet to me yet. He didn't want to tell me the whole spill yet. But I'm like, this dude want to quit his job. He wants to.
We even
do
had
this
like a
full-time.
separate convo. Like so Reem started kind of like to pour into me, kind of like sow into me, and I just like, hey man, can we chat on the phone real quick?
Yeah.
And the reason why I wanted to chat on the phone with him is like, people don't really, if what I'm trying to say is when you really see something in someone,
Yeah.
like you kind of like take the time out to understand why.
Yeah.
So I kind of like, I called him. I said, hey man, like,
Why are you doing this?
Why are you taking the time out to show me this and show me that and stuff like that? So he's like, man, I just see your grind. I see the hustle and things of that nature. And that actually pushed me to go further, man. I was like, man, like this guy's in the industry. He knows I'm capable. So let's get it. And from that day, man, here we are, bro.
Yeah,
That's
man.
amazing, man. The good book says iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah.
you come through, bro, with your blade and bam.
Yep.
Now you got two sharp tools right here, boy.
Yep.
Y'all boys moving and something being in like in the wedding industry, like being a vendor. Like I guess the first time I truly met Homley, we were vendors, and being a vendor at a wedding, like you can tell who's genuine, who's good. And because you have some great people that's great at what they do, but they're not great people. Like they're not great individuals. Like there's some crab vendors out there. It's just like, and they could be the best of the best.
And I think
That's
that
a
was the
takeaway.
most reason. That was the real reason why I wanted to hit you up, because I'm like,
Yeah.
if this is just like for a little moment, I'm like, I'll move on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if somebody's gonna sow into me, like I want to take the time out to understand like where your mindset is.
No,
at,
you asked me
know
at
what I'm saying?
Bolay too. You asked me at Bolay. You was really concerned about like, why are you like, why are you
Interested
trying
in
to
me
help
in
me?
this- in the
I'm
capacity.
like, bro, I don't got no reason.
Yeah.
I just see you going somewhere, bro, and I just want to be, even if it's a small part of it, just want to see it
Yeah.
take off.
That's dope.
No man, 100% though. So like even at that wedding, I was like, we connected. I was like, hey, he's solid.
Yeah.
Like something you go to a wedding, you run into other vendors, you're like, all right, this vendor's solid, this
Mm-hmm.
vendor's solid. So it's amazing that like we connected at that wedding, and then a month later we're at his birthday party.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, boom. And then I remember like Sandy would talk about like, oh, you gotta meet our other married friends. I think there's some other married friends that y'all will mesh well with. And at that time, I had no idea who she was talking about because y'all knew so much married,
Y'all
so
knew
many
a- y'all
married
know a
people.
lot of folks.
Because I used to actually, so since I'm in the photo booth world, I would stalk the couples he dropped. I'm like, all right, bet. I'd reach out to him. Hey man, y'all looking for a photo booth?
Well, that's something new.
That boy was getting leads off of Instagram.
Hey,
I love the hustle.
right.
Hey, bro, you got. Listen, man. He was
get it how you
was
live.
he was the top of the top down here. You feel me? My boy worldwide dog, but dog, he down here.
Hey,
he was the GOAT.
He was the
He was the
LAB.
GOAT.
He was the LA.
Are we in LA?
He was the GOAT. So, and that's actually how I came across Homily first, because Reem did their engagement shoot. So I reached out
It's
to
all
his
makes
wife.
sense. He did hit on Brittany.
I reached out to his wife. I
Full
was like,
circle.
hey,
Full circle.
bro, I was like, hey, I reached
Interesting.
out to her, and I'm in sales. I'm talking about I had her on the phone. She was like, oh, I love this idea, da da da. And then she came back to me. She was like, yeah, we ain't gonna do it. And I was like, it's her husband. It
was him.
It was me.
Ah,
We were over budget, bro.
yeah.
Especially planning that wedding, bro. We were over budget.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the money,
yeah.
The more money we dished out, we just been
Yeah.
spending ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
No,
man.
100%, man. And I completely understand that, man. I completely understand that. Like, I'm all for trying to get my foot in the door at weddings, but the last thing I want to do is see somebody overspend
Yeah.
and then be, you feel me, like not be, you know.
Yeah.
So anytime somebody hit me with budget, I'm like, yo, I completely understand.
Right.
It's
Hey,
stuck
man.
with something, man. So it's funny, like Rim was pull up to what he'll see me there. He's like, hey,
Like, yo.
hey,
Yeah.
what's up, man?
He don't know that his pictures
Right.
was your lead.
Bro,
Right.
his pictures was my
To convert
lead,
the
bro.
sale.
And when he
Interesting.
would take a picture of someone and not tag them, I'm like, what is he doing? I'm like, why did he not tag him, bro? So now I'm in the comment section, just everybody dropping hearts. I'm like, who?
And you was looking too. You was
I'm
like,
like, who?
somebody
man?
commented it.
I'm like, come on. Somebody say, I love you.
Maybe
did a
they're
great
not on Instagram, bro.
Bruh. Yo, I'm
That's
like, why will
cr-
somebody
yo,
say
that's
you
hustle.
did? Why will somebody say we had so
I'm
much
not-
fun?
I can't be mad at it. No,
Bro,
not at
listen,
all.
dog. And I
Wow.
felt some type of way at the time. I was like, dang, I'm still in his leads.
You're not stealing my
not
leads.
stealing
It's
the
a whole.
leads, 'cause he
You're
already-
not another
he already
photographer.
had the lead.
He already see.
Yeah.
That's
said
what I'm
this.
saying. It was just I was first year in business, dog, and I was like, man, it's just you meet some vendors that's like they're not nice. So it's like I probably could even reached out to him like, hey, like, yo, is it okay if if you post somebody, is it okay if I reach out to him? And he probably would have responded, bro, actually, I'll do you one better. Every time I post somebody, I'll actually send you the Instagram page, bro, and best of luck.
That's
But-
crafty.
In that space, you guys didn't have that relationship at the point. But to your point, knowing Reem now, if you had hit him up on that, like, he'd be like,
Oh, yeah.
I'll dish it. And so
Absolutely.
I think that speaks to the level of like genuinity and brotherhood that we have as a
Yeah.
group, and I think we all love that. Well, I do want to bring back, because you mentioned that these guys was mentioning other couples to you, and I remember earlier I called it out. I have a conspiracy theory, and so I want to bring it up. Okay, so I know they was doing that to you. Were they mentioning other couples to you guys? Reem and Sandy.
I can't recall.
Mentioning other couples.
So this is my conspiracy
He's
theory.
getting into his concern.
Okay.
This is my conspiracy theory.
I don't remember you.
So when me and Sophie first started getting around Reem and Sandy, we would hang out, and what it was, especially from a culture and an environment standpoint down here in South Florida, there's a lot of young couples, don't get me wrong, but young couples that are married, that are in the faith, but then also like to have fun. It's a challenge, right? Because a lot of folks who are married and love God, they don't know how to have fun in the right way, for whatever their terms are. But me and Sophie, we're who we are, and so you guys got around us, we got around you guys, and we all realized, man, yes, we love God, but we're not like super religious like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we could have a lot of fun, and so with that, I remember Reem would mention to us, oh man, there's this other couple I think you guys would really click with, and they've been dropping that. Reem and Sandy be dropping that over
Yeah,
months.
there's this other couple.
There's other,
I'm like,
but then on the Instagram, you see them hanging out with multiple couples.
So
I'm like,
many couples.
who's
I'm
the
like-
couples? So then when we get to the dinner and all that, at your birthday dinner, and I met these guys,
You were wondering who's going to be there.
I'm like, in my
but
head,
there
I'm
was
like,
still other couples there.
there was a lot of other couples there, and there's no disrespect to any,
Oh,
but-
so it's like tryouts.
yeah, so this is my theory. This is my theory. So
Right.
Listen, and remember we told you the name of our group chat is AVUE, and it sounds beautiful. We have a lot of business ideas and podcasts. So I'm like, I think they had a whole spreadsheet. This man's a CPA, he was an accountant. Okay,
I love
I think they
spreadsheets.
had a whole. I think they had a whole spreadsheet. They had everybody's names, and they scored us on personality, how much we like alcohol, how much we like God. They did a whole matrix, and then I think that you guys put it together because there was, like you said, there was a lot of couples that you hung out with, but how did it end up being this group here? And like I said, we all like these guys met each other at an event. I've seen Wadley one time. I never met you, but we all knew you and Sandy. And so my conspiracy theory is that you guys had this group orchestrated from like the get-go.
Well, as I sit here, I can honestly say that is 100% false.
It just happened.
It just happened.
Really?
It just happened.
Yeah, it
I
makes
don't even
sense.
know why we created the group chat. I can't remember none of that.
That's
I mean, if you really
crazy.
think about
I
like
think
the
it just
order of
happened
events,
naturally.
it makes sense because I think we all clicked early 2021. At the end of 2020, like we all hung out. Like my wife and I hung out with you and Sandy, like a legendary brunch.
And I was told the story of that brunch, by the way.
So
before I
it's just
met you.
like
That's where we connected for sure
Right.
at brunch.
exactly. So we all.
Can you run it back? I don't remember the story.
Oh, it was a legendary brunch,
You can,
bro.
make, you can make it quick.
Bro, we went to Tap 42 and just
In a nutshell.
Bro, it was just, I mean, shots after shots, meal like appetizers, meals, it was just mimosas, and the thing was, it was just genuine, great conversation, and you just seen that iron sharpening iron. You like, bro, we're married, y'all married, and it was kind of, I think it was like our gift was like, oh, y'all just got married, we want to take y'all out, and man, it was just amazing. Like, it was just a lot of great feedback. It was like, yo, you know, like, there's other young people married that's doing this life, trying to figure out life, and I think that's what the group came about. It was just like, you got young married people in the faith, like, you know, you don't want to, we in our 20s, early 30s, we not 40, 50, we ain't trying to be up in the crib all day long. Like, we want to go out and still have fun. So how do you do that? And obviously, if you put yourself around like-minded people, you know, you're not going to end up nowhere crazy. You know, you ain't going to end up in nowhere that you're not supposed to be as a Christian. So I think that was a key point.
The part you did say though was kind of true.
Which part?
About like you should hang out with this couple, we should hang out with this couple. Especially like Sandy was really good at that too. Like, I think this couple would really connect with this one.
Right.
That was it. That was it though.
And you know, it's funny when the
It
guys
wasn't
got
no
together.
list. It wasn't no Excel sheet.
When we got together, it was like, hey, you put niggas with niggas, we good.
That is funny.
Yeah.
I was like, and it was like, but will our wives click?
Right.
It was like, that's the deciding
Will they
factor.
save each other's numbers?
We did.
So there's a running joke. It's old now, according to the wives.
Still funny.
If they even
Still
message
funny.
in their group chat. So when we first all linked, like Wad said, when we first, I think one of the first times we hung out was Beach House again too. We instantly clicked because guys, it's easy. We just easy
That is
going
crazy.
Like
Yeah,
that.
so after Beach House, after your birthday, like, we got together. It was like, all right, well,
But it's like why did us four only get together?
I don't know.
can't-
Like, what
I can
was,
never-
I don't know how that
I
happened.
can never figure that out.
I don't know how that
You had
happened.
like 25, 30 people there.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
There's a
Nigga,
picture.
you had 30
Yeah.
people walking in your wedding.
We had a right.
Let me stop. Y'all had an army.
Well, our wedding party
But
was
I
the
will
wedding.
say this. So we went to Beach House. It was just us four. So we went back to where the birthday was. Reem had his birthday party, and like, we ordering, and this is when I knew it was gonna be. We was just gonna mesh well. We ordering. Reem orders wings, and I think Reem ordered wings, and like everybody
right now.
everybody's like getting their stuff, and like the wings come because I think.
Oh, this is our hangout.
Yeah, this our
okay.
This is like
Okay.
this is my
This is
second
us
time
four.
at Beach House. I
Okay.
don't really know the menu, so and I think this is like Reem's spot. So he's a regular. Were you a regular there?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
was in a regular.
Reem gets the wings, and then Reggie looks. He's like, "Dang, those wings look good." And Reem looks at. He's like, "Yeah, it is good, but just so y'all boys know,
I don't
share my food." And in my mind, I'm like, "All right, respect." Reggie goes,
Bro, he proceeds to take it, bro.
I took a flat too. I didn't take just a wing. I took a flat.
He took the best
hey,
wing, bro.
man.
I dipped it in the blue cheese he had on the plate and everything, bro. But you know what I said? I said, dang, them wings look real good. Reem, I'm gonna order some. And then as I was saying that, I put my hand in this. Like, I think this episode is really making me look like a freeloader. I want to make it very clear. I'm not
But
a
it's just like-
no, but continue.
He has his own career.
I want to order drinks, taking people wings.
Golly.
Yeah.
Hey, don't invite me to your place. Don't invite me to nothing, bro.
But when he did that, it was just like, you feel me? Like, that's only something you do with brothers. Like, people that you know for a long time, like, some people that you comfortable with, you feel me? Because, like, this is our second time, like, all right, the first time we was just hanging out with a whole bunch of people. Now it's like, all right, let's get to know, you feel me? You know, 4 men married, let's get to know each other, you feel me? Let's walk this life of being a husband, like, right. And that happens, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be, we definitely. And then Reem look up here like, I guess you could have taken one. And I was like, yeah, let me get one too. I was like, hey, we all grabbed it. What's
Hey, Wall was waiting.
Boy.
Hey, instead of this podcast being named Pilot, we're gonna name that Freeloader.
Freeloader. That's catchy though.
Sick.
That's catchy.
That's not catchy.
I'll click it.
I don't like. You would click it.
I'll click it.
I don't like it.
Oh, wow.
I don't like it. Nah, I'm cool with that.
That's hilarious.
No, but it's been a blessing to be a part of this group, man. Because something that, like, the more I got to know y'all and the more I looked at my story myself, everybody seemed to be a better person.
Than where we were, or not where we
Oh,
were, but
man.
where we
Everybody
were.
seemed to
That's
be a
so
better
true,
person
man.
after the altar.
That's very true, bro.
Like,
Yeah.
and that's why it's
like
so.
seeing y'all growth is crazy. Sorry, I mean cut y'all.
That's why it's so important to have God, or like when God ordains something, and something when He takes to and makes it one. Like, I can just speak on. I'm just seeing everybody, like everybody from the day they got married to as the years go along, they've been better every year, man. So like, God ordained you, He put you together. It's important to have that community because y'all just continue to stay together and continue to grow. Because we got to run a joke. If somebody decide to divorce, everybody else has to go to the store, buy Tim's, and we finna jump that couple back in to being married.
So it's kind of our AVUE pact.
Right.
Ironically, I think you and Faith are the one who came up with it. But
I want to touch on that too.
Yeah,
Like, I think having, you guys, and not only you guys, your wives as well, having this group has made me better. You know what I'm saying? So I need community. And doing it with y'all boys, hey man, it makes it.
Yeah, it's good.
much
And
easier.
it's one thing to have a lot of like people that you know.
Yeah.
You know, like y'all said, like Sandy and I know a lot of people, but that don't mean we have a lot of
good.
friends.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And especially me, my personality growing up, like middle school, high school, all that good stuff, I never really had like, oh, Cream is always hanging out with that person. I really didn't. Like, I was just kind of like, I knew a lot of people. So you would see me with people at times, but it was never like, oh, this is Cream's like clique or whatever.
yeah.
So like this coming together so naturally, this was like unheard of for me. Like having a group of friends that I can actually share stuff with, never.
I think
happened.
the way we meshed is actually kind of crazy. Like the way it just came together.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
It's a mystery.
We did a little mini vacay,
man,
staycay.
we got so much to talk about.
Yeah, we got so much.
I think that's a whole nother episode.
And I'll say this, it's crazy because right when you started talking about that, the first thing that came to my mind, I remember leaving that dinner that day. I remember at that time you had just got remember you had the 5 Series?
Yep.
You had just got the 5 Series because you're up and coming. I was living in Pompano, my wife. You were at the place in Coconut Creek. You guys were in Delray. You guys, I don't remember where you guys were staying at the time.
We were in,
Well, I didn't move. We weren't married yet.
Oh, you weren't? No.
Wait, no, I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
That boy been drinking. Cut him off. But what else?
Hey, I think he took some of your.
He took
Yeah. Y'all got lowered out of nowhere.
But what else?
Hey, did you touch my drink?
Freeloader. I'm the freeloader.
Hey, right.
I'm the freeloader.
Hey,
It's so funny. I was trying to get into like a serious moment, and these niggas got me laughing.
right.
Sorry.
I feel like every time we get serious, we end up laughing.
We can't.
Like,
we can't,
damn,
we
bro.
can't be serious. We're
Like,
very
oh,
serious
God.
people. This should
And
be.
there's something
you know
crazy
what?
funny come up.
That's the name for the unserious podcast. That's a good name. No, I just remember at that time. We'll talk about that. I remember at that time leaving, and I'm thinking about where we were because this is what you were saying. Where we were there then versus where we are now.
Yeah.
Not just financially and where we are, what cars we drive, but as people as well, human beings.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I think to the point that you all just really harped on, and I think it's a really, really, really good settling point that I think we can share with folks who's watching the podcast is life is difficult. Life isn't easy, but getting around folks who are on the same wavelength as you, who are pursuing the same things as you, who you can bond together with and grow with, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your friendships, whether it's your business, I think fostering those relationships are critical. And I think one of the things that I think all of our viewers can look forward to is we're going to have a lot more stories and a lot more, even just gems and advice on what we've learned as a group, what we've learned as individuals, and how we've grown because of that. So,
Yep.
like I said, this is our first episode. This is the pilot to the podcast. We got a couple of names that we're floating around. The Unserious podcast. Check it out. Check it out. But no, thanks for tuning in. We got a lot more for you guys. But we'll see you next time. All right.
Peace.